Lesson 1. Analysis Services Introduction. Part 1. Creating Database. Create database statement creates a database with the car transaction's name. The use keyword is used to select a database. Creating categories table. We created a table called Categories that contains two columns, Category Identifier and Category Name. Category Identifier is a primary key. Creating Countries table. We created a table called Countries that contains two columns, Country Identifier and Country Name. Country Identifier is a primary key. Creating Cities table. We created a table called Cities that contains three columns, City Identifier, Country Identifier and City Name. City Identifier is a primary key. Country Identifier is a foreign key. Creating Customers table. We created a table called Customers that contains four columns, Customers Identifier, City Identifier, Name and Surname of Customer. City Identifier is a foreign key. Creating Salesman table. We created a table called Salesman that contains 5 columns: Salesman Identifier, Name, Surname, Date of Employment and Boss Identifier. Creating Company Table. We created a table called Company that contains 3 columns: Company Identifier, City Identifier and Company Name. Company Identifier is a primary key. City Identifier is a foreign key. Creating Cars Table. We created a table called Cars that contains 5 columns: Car Identifier, Category Identifier, Company Identifier, Car Name and Model Name. Creating Car Transactions Table. We created a facts table called Transactions Facts Table that contains 3 identifiers: Car Identifier, Customer Identifier, Salesman Identifier, 3 measures: price, amount, value and column called Sales Date. Part 2. Insert int data into tables. Inserting data into categories table. Inserting data into countries table. Inserting data into cities table. Inserting data into company table. Inserting data into cars table. Inserting data into salesman table. Inserting data into customers table. Inserting data into transactions facts table. Part 3. Creating a user. In Object Explorer, right-click the Logins folder and select New Login. Type login name. Select SQL Server Authentication option. Type and confirm password. Select Default Database. Click Server Roles. Select the appropriate role and click OK. Part 4. Creating Data Warehouse. Creating an Analysis Services project. On the File menu, point to New and then select Project. Select the Business Intelligence Projects and choose the Analysis Services project template. Name your project. The text in the solution name box changes automatically to match the project name. If you want, select Create Directory for Solution and change the solution name. Click OK to create the project. Creating a data source. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Data Sources folder and select New Data Source. The Data Source wizard appears. On the Welcome page, click Next. On the Select How to Define the Connection page, click the New button. Choose Provider, Microsoft OLAP Provider for SQL Server and type a server name. Then choose Use SQL Server Authentication and type login and password. Select Save My Password. Choose Database and click Test Connection. Click OK in dialog box with the message Test Connection Succeeded. Click OK to close the Connection Manager dialog box. In the Data Source wizard, on the Select How to Define the Connection page, click Next. On the Impersonation Information page, select Use the Service Account and click Next. Type Data Source name and click Finish to complete the wizard. Creating a data source view. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Data Source Views folder and select New Data Source View. On the Welcome page, click Next. On the Select a Data Source page, click Next. Select Tables and then click Add Related Tables. Click Next. Accept the default name and click Finish. The Data Source View Designer appears, displaying the tables you selected. Creating a customer's dimension. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Dimensions folder and select New Dimension. On the Welcome to the Dimension Wizard page, click Next. Verify that Use an Existing Table is selected and click Next. Select Customers from the Main Table list. Select Surname from the Name column list and then click Next. Verify that the Cities and Countries tables are selected and click Next. From the Available Attributes list, select All Attributes and click Next. On the Completing the Wizard page, type dimension name and click Finish. Drag the country attribute from the Attributes pane and drop to Hierarchies pane. Drag the City and Cust Identifier attribute from the Attributes pane and drop it on New Level. In the Hierarchies pane, right-click the new hierarchy header and select Rename. Type Country Customers Hierarchy and press Enter. In Object Explorer, right-click the customer's dimension, and select Process. Then click Yes. In the Process Dimension dialog box, click Run. In the Process Progress dialog box, click Close. Now that the customer's dimension has been builded. Then click Close. You can preview the dimension, click Browser tab. Creating a Salesman dimension. Creating a car's dimension. Create second hierarchy, country, city, company, car, model. Creating a time dimension. Select Generate a Timetable on the Server option and click Next. Select Year, Quarter, Month and Date. Choose Date Range and click Next. Creating a cube. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Cubes folder and select New Cube. On the Welcome to the Cube wizard page, click Next. Verify that Use Existing Tables is selected and click Next. In the Measure Group Tables list, select the Transactions Facts table and click Next. On the Select Existing Dimensions page, verify that all dimensions are selected. Click Next. On the Completing the Wizard page, type the name of the cube and click Finish. In the Dimensions, right-click and select Add Cube Dimension. Then select Time and click OK. In the Cube Designer, click the Dimension Usage tab. Choose Regular Type. Create the relationship between Date column and Sales Date column and click OK. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Car Transactions cube and select Process Cube. Click Yes. Click Run to Process Cube. Click Close and select Browser tab to preview cube. Do you want to learn new skills in the fastest and most effective way? Visit learnwithvideotutorials.com.